in me I see. I will stand up for what I believe in, and that's why I matter. I matter because I have the power to influence people in a positive way. Ooh, never a word that I say.
Trapped by Margarita. Sometimes I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in a never-ending cycle that has no beginning or end. To be honest, I don't remember when this pandemic started. Half the time I don't know what day it is. I hear people say March feels like a month ago. But honestly, March feels like it never happened. At this point, I don't remember life before COVID. I feel like we've always lived this way, and always will. There are dates where people say that it will be over. There are dates where people say it will finally be okay. But there have always been dates. The less hope I have. I am happy for our new president. And I have hope. But for the virus, I don't. Thank you.
I'm Marina, and this is
Connor.
Yeah.
How'd you meet?
Do you want to tell it or should I? As an employee at Bath and Body Works, cute little apron, and he walks in and he's looking for a gift for, I think, his sister, right? Your sister?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, he knew the line better than I even did. It was crazy. He's walking around like, oh, this one's the cedar one. I don't even have to look at the name. And I'm thinking,
it was kiwi strawberry.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he knew it better than I did. I was just so impressed.
Do you still work at Bath & Body Works?
No, that kind of posed a real issue later.
Not really allowed inside anymore.
Yeah, my employee discount caused this whole ordeal between us. I think it was just better that I quit.
What are the names of your dogs?
They're wonderful.
At 8 years old, I ran away from home. The later it got, the more scared I felt. Then I heard a voice. I could hear him, but not in the way you hear other people talk. I heard him in my head, the way I'd only ever heard myself. God's voice was soft, raspy, almost a whisper, like he had just smoked a pack of cigarettes and now he wanted to tell me a secret. And then he said it. I looked up at the sky, confused, in horror of the beautiful, lonely path God had set me on. I think we all look up at the stars to humble ourselves, wondering about a higher power. That night, I didn't have to wonder any longer. Walking home that night, I felt safe.
finish line. I stopped to ask, what am I doing here? So sick and tired of reading through the lines. It doesn't have to be like this. Why do you always have to change your mind?
Oh, yes, I will travel. Have a love. Oh, yes, I will travel. I said, if you need a love, I'll travel.
Late night, when the sun goes down, my demons fly by. I don't listen, they don't ever sound right, saying that I'll never be on
Racing love, why'd you have to play this up? It was never good enough for you anyway. Racing love, why'd you have to change it up? You know I have to change this love any day. Racing love, why'd you have to play this up? It was never good enough for you anyway. Racing love, why'd you have to change it up? You know I have to change this love any day. No, bro, this is awesome. Late nights with the girl right across me. I think I lost her, but can't get the process.
I am the only me I see. I will stand up for what I believe in, and that's why I matter. I matter because I have the power to influence people in a positive way. Ooh, never a word that I say.
My name is Margarita, and I will be performing Trapped by Margarita. Sometimes I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in a never-ending cycle that has no beginning or end. To be honest, I don't remember when this pandemic started. Half the time I don't know what day it is. I hear people say March feels like a month ago. But honestly, March feels like it never happened. At this point, I don't remember life before COVID. I feel like we've always lived this way, and always will. There are dates where people say that it will all be over. There are dates where people say it will finally be okay. But there have always been dates. There have already been promises, and they have been broken. These new promises be broken? The new dates? My hope is that 2021 will be a better year, but the closer we get to it, the less hope I have. I am happy for our new president, and I have hope. But for the virus, I don't. Thank you.
I'm Marina, and this is
Connor.
yeah.
How'd you meet?
Do you want to tell it or should I? As an employee at Bath and Body Works, cute little apron, and he walks in and he's looking for a gift for, I think, his sister, right? Your sister?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, he knew the line better than I even did. It was crazy. He's walking around like, oh, this one's the cedar one. I don't even have to look at the name. And I'm thinking,
It was kiwi strawberry.
oh, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he knew it better than I did. I was just so impressed.
Do you still work at Bath and Body Works?
No, that kind of posed a real issue later.
Not really allowed inside anymore.
Yeah, my employee discount caused this whole ordeal between us. I think it was just better that I quit.
What are the names of your dogs?
They're wonderful.
At 8 years old, I ran away from home. The later it got, the more scared I felt. Then I heard a voice. I could hear him, but not in the way you hear other people talk. I heard him in my head, the way I'd only ever heard myself. God's voice was soft, raspy, almost a whisper, like he'd just smoked a pack of cigarettes and now he wanted to tell me a secret. And then he said it. I looked up at the sky, confused, in horror of the beautiful, lonely path God had set me on. I think we all look up at the stars to humble ourselves, wondering about a higher power. That night, I didn't have to wonder any longer. Walking home that night, I felt safe.
Send my apologies to the finish line. I stopped to ask, what am I doing here? So sick and tired of reading through the lines. It doesn't have to be like this. Why do you always have to change your mind?
Oh, yes, I will travel. Have a love. Oh, yes, I will travel. I said, if you need a love, I'll travel.
Late night, when the sun goes down, my demons fly by. I don't listen, they don't ever sound right, saying that I'll never be on your
in love. Why'd you have to play this up? It was never good enough for you anyway. Race in love. Why'd you have to change it up? You don't have to change this love any day. Race in love. Why'd you have to play this up? It was never good enough for you anyway. Race in love. Why'd you have to change it up? You don't have to change this love any day. No, bro, this is awesome. Late nights with the girl right across me. I think I lost her, but can't get the process.
Good evening, and welcome to the first Creative Youth Celebration. My name is Michael Pritchard, and I travel all over the whole country, but I live here in the Bay Area. I love having fun with kids and teaching creativity because I practice it every day. Oh, homie, I can't think. No, you listen. I'm going to tell you. Can you imagine being 70 years of age and still enjoying what you did when you were that little class clown? That's creativity. That's that love that I have for laughter and joy and creative process. Tonight, we're going to have an amazing time with amazing young artists. And to start this off tonight, I want to introduce my good friend, Melissa McLean. She's the Bay Area Creative Foundation Development Director. She is an amazing person who has kids of her own. She does so much for the community. She lifts and shifts and gifts people up. And I've gotten to know her the past couple months. She's a really astounding gift to our community. Please welcome Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa McLean, and I feel so honored to be a big part of our first celebration of the Bay Area Creative Foundation. I want to welcome the student artists, their family, friends, teachers, school administrators this evening to the Creative Youth Celebration. The Creative Youth Celebration is a new initiative for high school students to celebrate and empower young people by encouraging their talent and creativity. During the submission period, September through December 2020, high school students sent in more than 200 entries covering 6 artistic disciplines. My desire and passion is to impact the lives of our youth. Our youth are the future. Creative expression gives a voice. Creativity builds intercultural connections, and so much more. And I believe creativity has the power to awaken, empower, heal, and transform. And I know deep down in my bones that creative expression is a crucial part of holistic well-being for ourselves and the planet. Our goal at the Bay Area Creative Foundation is to increase awareness of the importance of creativity in all of our own lives and encourage our young creatives by recognizing they have an incredibly special place in this world and are valued. Any creative process is a dance between the inner and the outer self, the conscious and unconscious mind, dreaming and doing, madness and method, solitary reflection and active collaboration. Being creative gives us opportunities to try out new ideas and new ways of thinking and problem solving. We connect to ourselves more intimately. We develop a profound relationship with our inner selves. The more we connect to ourselves, the more we are able to connect to others and deepen all of our relationships. Creativity expands our hearts, and this love spreads out into our entire life. Each and every one of our kids here is a mirror for us to see ourselves, and by watching their creative work of our youth, we will be lifted, be inspired, be encouraged in a way that makes us think that we can do better in our own life. Now it's my greatest honor to introduce our founder and president of the Bay Area Creative Foundation, Dr. Emil Kakis. Dr. Kakis is known as the rock star of science. He has been a mentor and inspiration for so many people. And as I have gotten to know him, I've connected with his vision, his passion, and his big heart. His desire is to empower and promote creative thinking and expression in our youth. He also founded the Every Life Foundation, focused on rare diseases. His work over the last 20 years has been to develop novel treatments for rare disorders. A longtime Bay Area resident and supporter of the arts, Dr. Kakis hopes to inspire local residents, schools, and businesses to support the creative efforts of our youth.
Thank you, Melissa, and welcome to the Creative Youth Celebration event. Now, creativity in my life, you might wonder, I've been working on treatments for rare diseases for a long time, but you might think, well, how much science could be creative? But in fact, what I do in science is very creative because we're working on treatments for diseases that have no treatment. And when you start doing that, you have to start with a blank paper and think, how am I going to treat this kid? And you have to take risks. Are you going to help them? Or is something going to happen? But the beauty of doing something creative is about ability to change the future for them. And creativity is the power I need for that, but it's what we all need to do meaningful things in art or science. And whether you work in art or science, it doesn't matter. Being creative and taking that risk and effort to be creative enriches yourselves, enriches your lives. And I think it's such an important part of having a great life. Now, the culture of the country has kind of moved toward consumption of things, buying, eating, using. And the truth is that that's not living a full life. And I wanted to do something more to celebrate people being creative and help people recognize the need to be creative, and which they might not be getting in their own lives. And I know from my own time growing up and with my own kids, when you're in high school, being creative, being different, not always highly regarded, and yet you have so much to offer. And the creative side is so important, and there's not enough recognition, support, and belief in the value of creativity. And so in creating the Bay Area Creative Foundation and the Creative Youth Celebration is really about providing that recognition, to give kids an opportunity to show off what they do and let us connect with them, see it, help them, and drive forward on being creative lives. Now, we decided to have this Creative Youth Celebration. It's not really an extreme competitive contest. So it's not like American Idol, where one person wins, the other person is crying. The purpose here is to make a meaningful drive of energy so people have a goal, get in there, do their thing, craft and finish, and get an opportunity to participate. And that's what we're trying to encourage here in the Creative Youth Celebration. Now, as we begin, we decided to focus on cash prize and certificates as the simplest thing to start with, but we're also giving you reviews and feedback on how you're doing the art, which is really important. And in the future, we could be doing more. We want to hear from you how we can help, but we want to look to ways that we can help the creative community do its thing, and you as kids can get support to do those things. And I hope in doing that, we'll help you expand your horizons as creatives and in your lives. Now, one of the pieces of this whole story is to have really high quality reviewers, people that are very accomplished in their field, and allow you to get feedback from those people who know what they're doing in art. And their insights and their whole life careers can be an incredible experience for you. And some of the reviewers we have are someone like Brenda Magire. She's an artist and shading art director, costume designer for Pixar Animation Studios. And I've been watching so many of her movies, and what she does there is incredible. And you'll see her a little bit later in the show. In addition, we have someone, Nicole Newnham. Now, Nicole Newnham is an Emmy Award-winning and Sundance Award documentary film producer that just got nominated for an Oscar for her film Crib Camp. So you should check out Crib Camp, and congratulations, Nicole, on a incredible recognition. Now, my take on the art and scripts, video, music that I've seen submitted is it's really an impressive collection. Really compelling songwriting, tremendous performances, exceptional singing, fabulous riffing bass, flutes actually, cello, pianos, incredibly good production skills. It's one thing that's been quite impressive. We've seen brilliant, evocative art and photos and pieces that really capture your attention, like the umbrellas in the field, and so many eyes staring at you, with so many eyes capturing our own eyes. There were a number of creative videos of childhood experiences or incredibly deeply emotional experience with a grandfather and water, and clever scripts that capture the pandemic in its absurd extreme reality. And we know we've all been going through a lot. But fortunately, this is a special place where we can separate from that and talk about it and build on our creativity. So Now we're doing this creative celebration virtually because, unfortunately, we can't get together. But our hopes is to ultimately have a great concert party event. We get everyone together. You get to meet each other. You get to connect, network, share, and celebrate the creative spirit of our high school students in the Bay Area. Now, hopefully, this gives you an idea of why we're here and where we're going. And I want to thank all of you for submitting in this inaugural group of artists. And it will be a special group, and we'll remember this. And I'm looking forward to seeing 5, 10, 20 years from now, see some of these artists do great things, and I know you will. And even if you're not an artist in your life, this art you do now and will always bring great joy to your life and great purpose to other things you may do. So now I want to tell you about one great and special award we have for all the entrants in the inaugural celebration. Something very special that we've arranged, and that is everyone who submitted art will get a year's subscription to Masterclass. Their community program manager, Cassie Tenen, will tell you more about this. Cue the video.
Excited to partner with Bay Area Creative Foundation because our mission here at Masterclass is to inspire a learning lifestyle in everyone, emphasizing that everyone. As part of the Masterclass grants team, we are especially excited to partner with this organization to help realize this mission of inspiring a learning lifestyle in everyone. And personally, it inspires me every day to see how we inspire our members to hone in on their creativity. And one of my favorite instructors is Anna Wintour, who is head of Vogue, an editor-in-chief for I don't know how many years. And one quote that she has is, try something that is most extreme, that is the most creative, because when you're doing that, you get to the true heart of who you are. On behalf of the Masterclass Grants Program, we are so excited to announce that each student will be granted a Masterclass annual membership. If you're under 18 years old, you may use the service with the approval of your parent or guardian. We hope that with your membership, Masterclass helps you find inspiration in new places, dive into new subjects, and push your limits of creativity with help from the best in the world.
Hello.
Hi.
Are we ready?
Let's get started. That's an off. Good.
Living without color is like living without love.
Excuse me? Black holes, the Big Bang, time travel, God.
You know, something that's really amazing to me tonight is Dr. Emil, he just doesn't make medicine and practice medicine. He is the medicine for a better world. And the creativity and the laughter and the joy that go with art, music, theater, dance, script writing, all of these things that celebrate music and life. This is what it's all about. I remember talking to children one day and I said, hey, boys and girls, don't try to overstand people, understand people. And a fourth grader looked at me and goes, yeah, but Mr. Mike, don't you think we need understanding as well? And I was like, the Keanu Reeves shot. Whoa, dude, whoa. Understanding. I had never heard that before. And what you know is tonight we're celebrating that creative spirit. A dyslexic kid taught me one time that reactive, creative have the same letters. Did you hear what we're talking about tonight, though? Seriously? Each and every creative youth celebration artist receives a 1-year subscription to Masterclass. It's incredible. Woohoo! Come on, think about that. We're enhancing creativity, love, and respect for collaboration, community unity, and that world that we're trying to build that brings peace and respect and nobility and inclusion. And another great surprise, it's a joy to let you know about a famous Bay Area musician who, thanks to Dr. Emil, is an honor for this young artist tonight, Michael Franti. And this is a remarkable spirit, folks, is an American rapper, musician, poet, activist, documentarian, singer-songwriter. He's known for having participated in many musical projects, including the Beatniks and the Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy. And he's the creator and lead vocalist of his current independent project, Michael Franti and Spearhead, a band that blends hip-hop, funk, reggae, jazz, folk, and rock. He is also an outspoken supporter for a wide range and spectrum of peace and social justice issues. Think about this. A man who lives as he speaks and sings and records in film. A remarkable spirit, a blessing to our community in the Bay Area and the creative foundation that we are representing tonight. Please give a warm welcome for Michael Franti.
Hey, what is up, everybody at Creative Youth Celebration and the Ultragenics family? Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm Michael Franti. And, you know, when I was growing up as a kid in high school, I had a lot of challenging moments. And just to take you all the way back to the start, my birth mother is Irish, German, and Belgian, and my birth father is African-American and Nottoway Indian from the mountains of Virginia. But I was adopted by the Franti family, who were second-generation immigrants from Finland. And they had 3 kids of their own. And they adopted myself and another African-American son. And just to round everything out, I have one sister who's a lesbian and one brother who's a police officer. So I grew up in this very, very mixed household. And I had a lot of moments where I felt alone. I felt like I was this very different kid and just didn't really fit in the school and the community I was in. And music and poetry became the thing that I turned to. I was able to just sit with my headphones on and music would take me to another place in the world, or I would start to write out my thoughts, my feelings, what was in my heart. And it really got me through the most difficult times in my life. And it's what eventually led to me having this passion for music and this passion to express what I have in my heart. And that, I guess, is the advice that I have for all of you guys. It's just to find what it is that either breaks your heart or find what it is that brings you incredible joy. Find that passion and follow it for 2 reasons. Number one is there are things in the world that you find to be the most cool thing ever. And you don't know it, but there's some other person somewhere else in the world who feels that same way. And the more you put yourself out in that way, the more likely you are to connect with them and to change their life by being there in that time when they feel like they're alone and they're the only person in the world. The second thing is that there are a lot of things that the world needs help with. You can think so many off a hand, social justice and racism and environmental justice and creating businesses that do good for the communities rather than just take from the communities. And so there's so many things that when we identify what we're passionate about, we can put our whole heart into it and go for it. And those times when it feels difficult or challenging, when you're doing something that you really love, it just feels like it flows a lot easier. And, creativity can really nurture your heart and your spirit and your life. And it's important that we take risks and challenges that are safe risks and challenges that aren't going to put ourselves or others in danger. But the way to really do that is to just be yourself and express your truth. And I say truth is courage and courage is truth. If you're with a family member or a friend who's with you in your house right now, I want you to give them a big hug and get up out of your seat. We're going to do some dancing right here, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, They say there may be rain, but the sun is hot. I wish I had some time just to kill today. And I wish I had a dime for every bill I got to pay. Some days you lose, you win, and the water's high as the times you're in. So I jump back in where I learn to swim. Try to keep my head above it the best I can. That's why here I am, let me hear. Waiting for this storm to pass me by. Sing along. That sound of sunshine coming down, coming down. That sound of sunshine coming down, down, down. Hey, 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 hey. 1, 2, put your hands together. Saw my friend Bobby, he said, what's up, man? You got a little work or 20 to lend? I opened up my hand, he said, I'm glad to see they could take away my job, but not my friends, you see. Here I am, waiting for this storm to pass me by. That sound of sunshine coming down, coming down. That sound of sunshine coming down. I want to go where the summer never ends, with my guitar on the beach there with all my friends. The sun so hot, the waves in motion, and everything smell like suntan lotion. The ocean and my people so sweet. So kick off your shoes and relax your feet. They say that miracles are never ceasing. Every single soul needs a little releasing. Stereo bumping till the sun goes down, and I only want to hear that sound. That sound of sunshine coming down, coming down. That sound of sunshine coming down, down, down. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah, hey, 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 hey. One more time, let me hear you sing it. That's the sound of sunshine coming down.
Hey, everybody, it's Michael Franti. He is ready, and we are ready for the Earth Mirth Rebirth. Can it get better than that? Come on, just think of the joy. The storm's going away. The sun's coming out. It's perfect. This is creativity at its best. What a blessing Michael is to our whole community and the world. And that joy, that laughter, that fun, that playfulness, this is what life is all about. This is what creativity is all about. If you can be sitting around going, and you can be in the age that I am, you can realize that it lasts forever. Have fun with your life. You don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. I had 100-year-old Marines, the Marine Memorial. I go, hey, Tommy, what's the best part of turning 100? He goes, the absolute lack of peer pressure. So, listen, don't miss tonight. Michael Franti will be back for more joy and for more music and a special message later this evening. Tonight, every artist that we have submitted work for has the inaugural Creative Youth Celebration was reviewed by a panel of experts, as Dr. Emil said, in their fields. And, you know, I think it's really important for all of us to know there's no winners, there's no losers in art. Earth without art is just Bring the art, collaborate. Everyone receives recognition and gifts. Packages are mailed at the end of April. We're celebrating you and your creativity. And now, the 37 Creative Youth Celebration artists who have achieved special merit in the 6th category artists are celebrated with 5 levels of merit: honorable mention, special exceptional superior, and presidential. And you know, folks, presenting the special merit honorees, I'd like to introduce a renowned creative scholar on our advisory board, a member for the Bay Area Creative Foundation, and author of several books, including Creativity 101, Dr. James C. Kaufman. Genius, brilliant guy, and a gift to us. Bring it on, Doc.
I'm a particularly excited to get to work with the Bay Area Creatives Foundation because they're taking a lot of what excites them about creativity. So, for example, people who are creative get a whole host of benefits.
Every artist submitting work in the inaugural Creative Youth Celebration is carefully reviewed by a panel of experts in their field. Since it is difficult to accurately measure creativity, mentorship is important in the process of talent development. The Creative Youth Celebration rates each artist's works in several areas, including such things as impact, communication, technical skill, and originality. Through rating these criteria, each student's work is given a score by a minimum of 3 independent arts raters. In addition to culminating with an overall score, each of the Creative Celebration artists is offered feedback, thereby creating an opportunity for more growth.
What I wish I had known about creativity when I was your age is that everything counts, that there's no particular standard or ideal or a particular person to please.
I can't tell you how many of my students have said that, the work they're doing in their arts classes is what keeps them going. It's what keeps them motivated. It's what's keeping them engaged and optimistic and enjoying kind of themselves when there maybe isn't a lot right now that they're getting a lot of joy out of because of our current circumstances. Most people will argue now that creative thinking and critical thinking skills are more important than anything else for our students. And it's not that they need to learn a specific body of information. They need to learn how to learn new information, how to find information, how to process it. And I think the arts and creative outlets build those skills in our students. They give them the capacity to go out and make creative decisions.
Nobody knows, nobody understands. I don't care for sunlight. It only means it's over. I'm in the mood for that.
La luna está alta en el cielo, cuando mi boca dice te quiero. Y yo sé no tengo tu corazón, pero necesito un mejor razón para dejarte ir. Fuiste una droga, te metes en mi cabeza y me vuelves loca. From the moment I saw you, wanted to know how lucky we are to have this time we can share together. Everything's changing.
I picked this flower right over there is where it grew, and I don't really like it, but it made me think of you because it's pretty, is what I'm trying to say. And you are also pretty, but I like you anyway. So please accept this flower with its petals and a stem, which represents my feelings and tells you how... Oh God, I'm in trouble. When words fail, what will I do?
Down brings me round again to find another man. They think I'm at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning on the streets of here alone.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce the honorees for the Creative Youth Celebration Special Merit Recognitions. The honorees for physical art.
Lily Bartone Garcia for Me. Kate Gorski for Stop Ignoring Me. Maria Keene for The Lady in the Sun. Nikki Lee for Nikki's Self-Portrait. Sofia Martarita for Made for You. Owen McCollum Keeler for Ego and Shadow. Daniela Morales for Garden of Denial. Ambella Rodas for Cityscape. Alessandra Sutton for Takeout Again. Joshua Thomas for Dreamcatcher.
The honorees for film.
Gabriel Cromie for The Gulls. Kate Gorski for The Walshes.
The honorees for music performance.
Megan Bober for Stay. Logan Burrell for Kansete Kaishiwa by Zutamayo. Zach Lee for Rocket Man. Alec Westland Hurwitz for When Words Fail from Shrek.
The honorees for screenplay.
Daniela Camden and Olga Klemenko for Crescent Valley. Lauren Diaz for Company. Sonia Fish for Feeling Cheated. North Fox for Chronic. Alex Mintz for New Delivery. Violet Monchik for Jeremy the Lemon. Egosa Otakiti for A Witch's Conference. Cade Palmer for I Did It My Way. Clark Schutz for Caged. Isabella Sinclair for Red Switch. Kiera Welsh for Catfished.
The honorees for photography.
Briner Calderon for Number 2 Glass. Claire Selleck for Lisa. Maya Friedman for The Fire. Kate Gorski for Mid-Thought. Mira Chandriani for The Beauty of the Sand. Marlena High for Floating Lanterns. Ellie Kemos for Behind the Fog. Stella Seiler for Magnificent Moth.
The honorees for music composition.
Meredith Hoot for Dejarte Ir.
Emma Sixta Jacob for I Miss You. Congratulations to the special merit honorees.
How great is all this art? All the stuff that we get to see tonight. How amazing is it to see when kids become sometimes I guess after COVID-19, there's an explosion of creative art happening here now. And it's important for us to take note of that. These screenplays, this writing, these voices, these songs, this music is bringing great joy to other people, not just in their families, but everywhere around. And they're learning something extremely practical. The more you apply yourself to creative, the greater gift it is to our community. So presenting the 22 Creative Youth Celebration artists who achieved exceptional merit in the 6 categories. Introducing the exceptional merit honorees, let's welcome Kostas Daphnis, composer, technology and composition and film scoring instructor at San Francisco Conservatory of Music and at the San Francisco Art Institute. It cannot get finer than this. Bring it. Let us have some fun tonight. What a great night for celebrating creativity.
Artists always have the job of trying to figure out like what is happening now, how do we talk about it, how is it influenced by what's happened before, and what's happening in the future. As artists, our responsibility is to both continually design Plato's Cave and to show people the way out of it. And so my advice to people is that it's possible now to share your art before a larger audience than it ever has been before in human history. So let's do it. Don't withdraw, don't withhold, don't give in to the fear that you may not get it right. Keep doing it, keep finding those opportunities to create and share freely the beautiful things that you do create. So it's largely a matter of what you do with that head rush or that elevated heart rate that determines whether you're afraid of the next blank page or excited by it.
The Bay Area Creatives Foundation definitely falls in line with my values and what I believe, because I believe in the power of young people finding their voice and finding through creativity their way to express the things that they're witnessing and observing and processing in the world around them, and the power of those stories to change the way we think and see the world, and then the power of that to actually make a better world for all of us.
Bay Area Creatives has made a huge difference in that they've made this outlet for these kids, these students, to be able to have this level of expression, because I know it's there. Your gifts as artists is your sense of empathy, is your sense of humanity, is your insights into love that most of us can't see, your ability for us to be provoked, your ability to have us reflect, for us to understand the world around us. That's your superpowers.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. And there's a weepy old willow, he really knows how to cry. That's how I cry on my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye, lullaby of birdland whisper low, kiss me sweet willow. From the day of my birth until the day that I grow old, I came to expect no critique, like summer hot and winter cold.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce the honorees for the Creative Youth Celebration's Exceptional Merit Recognition. These individuals showed really excellent promise, both in craft and kind of being able to hone their skills. You know, when you start off with talent and then you really shape it carefully, you know, just whittling it down bit by bit until you have something that really shows a lot of promise. That's what these individuals were able to do. And it was really an exciting thing to go through them, and inspiring too, to be able to kind of peruse and see what's capable even at this young an age. It's really, really amazing. For physical art,
Lexi Fox for self-portrait Coraline doll. Ray Joby for Ghosts on a Highway. Jay Jones for Black Light. Isabella Lombardo for Vines. Macy Perloff for Bigfoot Jr. Carmen Shavers for Sgraffito Teapot. Ava Shawn for Red. Talia Skeen for Ill Thought. Genevieve Yore for Salem.
for film,
Asher Lockwood for Counterpart. Blaine Solis for Don't Trip.
for music performance,
Naomi Baraban for Lullaby of Birdland. Alessia Gatti for Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. Maya Stock for Nocturne e Allegro Scherzando by Philippe Gobert.
for screenplay,
Alexis Grusby for Demons Have Feelings Too. Scarlett Lemieux for The People in Your Head. Grace Rickey for Death of Youth.
for photography,
Jamila Bowo for Up and Up. Benjamin Luftig for Summertime Adventure. Blaine Solis for Alley View.
for music composition,
Kai Matera for Introduction and Havanese. Enzo Piriera for Is This How You Hear Music?
congratulations. Artists always have the job of trying to figure out like what is happening now, how do we talk about it, how is it influenced by what's happened before, and what's happening in the future. As artists, our responsibility is to both continually design Plato's Cave and to show people the way out of it. And so my advice to people is that it's possible now to share your art before a larger audience than it ever has been before in human history. So let's do it. Don't withdraw, don't withhold, don't give in to the fear that you may not get it right. Keep doing it, keep finding those opportunities to create and share freely the beautiful things that you do create. So it's largely a matter of what you do with that head rush or that elevated heart rate that determines whether you're afraid of the next blank page or excited by it.
The Bay Area Creatives Foundation definitely falls in line with my values and what I believe, because I believe in the power of young people finding their voice and finding through creativity their way to express the things that they're witnessing and observing and processing in the world around them, and the power of those stories to change the way we think and see the world, and then the power of that to actually make a better world for all of us.
Bay Area Creatives has made a huge difference in that they've made this outlet for these kids, these students, to be able to have this level of expression, because I know it's there. Your gifts as artists is your sense of empathy, is your sense of humanity, is your insights into love that most of us can't see, your ability for us to be provoked, your ability to have us reflect, for us to understand the world around us. That's your superpowers.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the
By the way, if you want to hear more of the young artists' work, be sure you visit the BACF website gallery. Folks, enhancing and helping kids to see the artwork that's out there and to help them. It's a very powerful gift to them to encourage art, which means encourage, give strength to that art. And now, the 14 Creative Youth Celebration artists who have achieved superior merit in the 6 categories. Presenting the Superior Merit honorees and the wonderful members of our Arts Review team, please join me in welcoming the Artistic Director of the Bay Area Creative Foundation, Laura Kakis-Serper, Keros Music Academy founder, conductor, and award-winning music educator, and the most amazing, astounding teacher of hopeful, soulful music to the great-hearted kids that are with us.
We're here to celebrate our remarkable students and their works of art. And I want to give you some even better news. There is no end to the creative process. The American composer Aaron Copland said, "Music is a continual state of becoming." That applies to visual art, writing, and every other creative form. In other words, your greatest works lie ahead. In spite of the challenges and what might seem like setbacks, you will continue to move forward. When the Spanish cellist and humanitarian Pablo Casals was 95, a young reporter threw him a question. "Mr. Casals, you're 95 and the greatest cellist that ever lived. Why do you still practice?" His answer, "Because I think I'm making progress." For Casals, art was a lifelong process of exploration and self-discovery. It flowed into every part of his life. May it be the same for you. Speaking of dedication to the process, we will now hear from 6 representatives of our 10-member Arts Review team, devoted professionals in their own fields who honor our superior merit artists. Every entry to the Creative Youth Celebration was reviewed by this stellar group who generously gave each artwork careful consideration. We would like to take this moment to thank the team for volunteering so much of their time and talent to support our young artists.
My process always starts with research. So if I'm working on a movie that is set in, Venezuela, we did a lot of research, and we went there, and we went to the tepuis, and it's really important to be able to really study the setting that a movie takes place in. And that's always where my creative process starts, because there's so much richness. And after all the research and all the drawings and paintings and practical models, you really become an expert at the end of the movie on, a certain area. So at this time, I'd like to present the Superior Merit category, and the first one will be by Moth, and the piece is called Solly. I really loved this piece because it felt like she was capturing a very specific moment in time. I really liked how the gaze of the person is off screen looking to the left. And I liked seeing part of the other eye, but just a little hint of it. It really makes it an interesting gaze, and the way that the hair is rendered, and it's just a beautiful piece, very sensitive and lovely. Congratulations, Mom.
Thank you so much. I genuinely had no idea what this was about, and I didn't think I would get any award. I just wanted to share my art with the world. And thank you for recognizing it. Thank you so much.
Our next honoree is Arya, and his piece is Regal. I really love the tactile quality of this drawing. It's so rich, and I just feel like I could touch that fur, and the beauty of the contrast between the black markings on the tiger and the just the colors and the white, and it's just a really beautiful piece. I loved how the background is also blurred out, so it's sort of an abstract, watery shape behind this steely gaze. It's really great contrast and beautiful color palette. Congratulations, Arya.
I can't say it was like an emotional kind of thing, but it was something that I wanted to do for my mother. And I spent my summer doing it last year. And it was painstaking. There was like a lot of work put into it. And I thought, why not? Just maybe perhaps somebody could look at it and maybe it could evoke some kind of emotion. And that's what I wanted.
And our next honoree is Genevieve, and her piece was Sunlight Kitty. I love the backlighting on the ears of this kitty, and the way that it's painted. It feels very loose, even though it's very realistic. The way that the hair is handled is really beautiful. It feels so soft, and the expression on the kitty's face too is just pure relaxation. And I love how you get the softness of the fur contrasted with the glossiness and the hardness of the wood underneath. The reflection is really beautiful, makes it feel very dreamlike. I really love this piece. And the composition too is very nice, where it's bisected. The horizon line is bisecting the piece, and you're feeling a lot of horizontals against a really nice organic shape of the kitty. So congratulations, Genevieve.
One of the things that I love so much about filmmaking is that it's a collaborative process, and it's a collaborative process of discovery. And we never know when we start exactly where we're going to end. We may have an inkling, we may have a roadmap, and we may have to throw that out along the way, and each discovery leads you to something different. And you're constantly having to process it and question it and return to it. And it's that process that I think if you really engage in it with passion and with an open mind and with exploration can lead you to great work. It's my real pleasure to present the Superior Merit Award category tonight for filmmakers who have shown incredible dedication, incredible promise, incredible craft, and also who have told stories that have touched the universal and connected to us all. Our next honoree is Haynes Gerber, and the title of his film is Wednesday. It was a beautiful film that perfectly evoked a mood, a feeling, showed incredible technical prowess, and interwove beautifully with the music, the rhythm, and the lyrics of a song. Congratulations, Haynes.
I'll try to reach my goals, but I can't seem to get behind it. I'll dig with a shovel to find my soul, but no, I can't seem to find it. And I've lost my soul from head to toe, and I'll walk back home. I'll shower alone, and I'll think about how I want to live my life.
And our next honoree is Tobias Maxon. The title of his work is Online School. I watched Online School with my kids, who are teenagers who are also involved in online school. And we all laughed and related so well to his really brilliant evocation of the Groundhog Day aspect of being trapped in online school during the pandemic. The use of cinematic techniques to show time, the use of humor, and just the brilliant way that he evoked the feeling that we are all going through right now and tapped into that kind of universal angst with humor and creative joy was a sight to behold. Congratulations, Tobias.
when online schooling first started, that's when I made it. And I was just really, it's not a fun experience doing online and all that. And so I thought I'd just kind of poke fun of it in a little video. So that's really why I made the film. I didn't really expect to get anywhere with the film. It's exciting. Thank you.
And I'm a big proponent of just try everything. I used to use this because two of my best friends when I was teaching were theater teachers. And there's an adage when you do improvisation, just say yes. You know, if somebody sets up a scene, feeds you a situation, whatever, go with it. Say yes. And that's, I'm a big collaborator, and I think that's been a hard lesson for me to learn, but one I would really repeat is say yes to your own ideas, don't stop them. But also if you collaborate with some people, no matter how crazy it seems, see if you can make it work. I want to thank everybody that's involved with this project. It has been a great honor to work on, and it's a great honor to present to two young, deserving artists the Superior Merit Awards. Our next honoree is Eric Coe, playing Brahms' Rhapsody in G minor, Opus 79, number 2. Beautiful dynamics, beautiful sense of phrasing and bringing out melodies, and just letting go of the thought process and really embodying the music. Beautiful job, Eric. Congratulations, Eric.
I think identifying the emotions is important to make it happen first. So thank you. I'm very honored.
Our next honoree is Talia Skeen with a beautiful vocal piece by Jonathan Dove called I Saw No Way, with lyrics from Emily Dickinson's poem, I Saw No Way, the Heavens Were Stitched. The piece is hauntingly beautiful and dissonant. It's a very difficult piece. Talia sings all 4 vocal parts. We see her simultaneously on the screen, and it blends together quite beautifully. Congratulations, Talia.
I decided I only learned one part of that for my choir a couple of years ago, so I had to teach myself the other parts, and I just split it up and I taught myself one part every day and then just did it. I really appreciate you guys having this opportunity for us. So.
I teach in the film department at San Francisco Art Institute and the technology and composition department at San Francisco Conservatory of Music. So because I work across disciplines as both a composer and filmmaker, I get to teach through lines between the genres, right? So narrative structure, pacing, parsimony of materials, dream shaping, self-exploration, all of these aspects apply equally to writing film and art and music. And so they're the things that kind of really get me interested and excited in helping out a foundation like BACF. It's now my supreme pleasure to introduce the Superior Merit category. These students showed really excellent promise, and it's exciting to go through them. Our next honorees are Zoe Edwards and Shayla Gernhardt. The title of their work is Like Clockwork. What I enjoyed most about this piece was the way it sets up expectations, so otherwise mundane things like a bench or a bell become suspicious, magical, and intriguing. Rule 3, the tall grass watches, don't look back at it. Like Clockwork is a ghost story, a love story, and a fairy tale all wrapped up into 5 pages. Great work, and congratulations, Zoe and Shayla.
Originally just wanted to write the script as, okay, let's just sit down and write it. And it was originally 9 pages. So it was really long, and we had to cut it down to 5 pages in about a day or so. So we kept scheduling call after call and just going through and editing it down to the bare bones of it. And it was a whole process. All I can really say on behalf of both of us is thank you. I'm still a little shell-shocked. I didn't expect anything like this, but just thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Josette McBride. The title of her work is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing explores the way this past year has frustrated and occasionally infantilized some of us. It's a comedic take on the interpersonal politics of lockdown and maintaining a work-life balance. It's creative and topical in its portrayal of cut edits based on Zoom windows, and it's just a lot of fun to read. Congratulations, Josette.
The 30 years I've spent in marketing, we spend a lot of time trying to generate creativity in meetings, and it's difficult. The mission of the foundation intrigued me because it was starting to encourage that at a much younger age, so that by the time hopefully people got into their jobs or their work life, that they were comfortable with that and knew how to reach in and tap into that inner creativity. Creativity takes courage, and there is no innovation without failure. And while we're here today to celebrate the folks that have received superior merit and recognition for their work, that came through a process which involved a lot of failure. And so I encourage folks to believe in that creativity takes courage, and to not be discouraged by small and interim failures along the way to success. Our first honoree is Juliet Arzdruni for her piece, Preservation. Apart from being visually impressive, the first thing that struck me about this was the use of her technical skill and the juxtaposition of these preserved jars and then showing our environment being held within those. I thought it was both innovative and creative, as well as pleasing to look at. So congratulations, Juliet.
It was all experimentation. The year before, I had tried something similar with a single jar, and the scene inside of it was a stock photo. So this time I wanted to make a version that was 100% my own. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for recognizing me.
Our next awardee is Jack Bober with his piece, Last Light. This is one of those pieces where you stop and stare at it for a long time, and it has both a combination of emotion and the patience, I guess, to get the perfect shot. There's clearly technical skill involved here as well, but from a creative standpoint, a lot of dedication to get this exactly right. And certainly I spent 5 or 10 minutes just staring at it, looking at the different elements and the textures in it and the composition. Great job. Congratulations, Jack.
I did a 30-second long exposure to get it, and I just kind of liked how on like half of the fog still had sun on it and the other half didn't. So that's kind of what kind of drew me towards that scene and to capture it. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm very pleased that you guys and I'm very pleased that you guys like my picture. So thank you.
I feel so fortunate that I get to work with such young artists that they never cease to amaze me, that they are so in tune with what's going on around them, the world that they inhabit, and they're able to so freely use the tools that they have to reflect on it and to comment on it and to express this. And now it's my pleasure to present to you the honorees receiving superior merit in the field of music composition. Superior merit recognizes excellence in emotional impact, technique, and expression through musical accomplishment. Our next honoree is Natalia Betzler. The title of her work is Hear Me. Hear Me is a beautiful song that courageously takes on the subject of challenging relationships with a great deal of honesty and vulnerability. Natalia indicated in her submission that this song was a few years in the making, which isn't surprising as it often takes quite a bit of time to come to terms with and open up so completely so that an artist can express this feeling with such genuineness. Congratulations, Natalia.
Even if you know that they are true, you go on your own. You say it's getting better all the time, and we both know.
It was kind of nice to have it in more of a concrete form rather than just like some song in my notebook. So I just finished it this year, so it's been a while. But yeah, I'm very honored. I did not think it was going to be chosen, but thank you for choosing my song and for giving me the opportunity to share it.
Our next honoree is Hannah Grace, and the title of her work is Delirium. In her submission, Hannah says her intention was to capture a sense of excitement and confusion by suddenly shifting from pizzicato to bowed notes to portamento slides. However, she presents and develops a fully defined melodic theme after the introduction that unifies the composition throughout and provides a sense of cohesiveness while the excitement and confusion of the other elements weave in and out. Congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's very exciting.
Hello everyone, this is Emil. Bossa Nova is a piece I wrote for my friends over at the Young People Symphony Orchestra. Shout out to them. I would like to thank my uncle, Dr. Kakis, and the entire Creative Youth Celebration team for a great first year. To all my fellow high schoolers, congratulations on this array of just amazing art. And I would like you all to kick back and enjoy this music video that I had a little too much fun making.
Well, thank you, Emil, for that. It was great to hear. What a great piece to put together. So now is a very special time for our special Presidential Merit honorees. The Presidential Merit Award will be given each year as a special award for individual or combination of submitted work that was most compelling to the judges and to myself. And this is hard to do because there's so much great work across the submissions and so many different things to choose from. And frankly, we had a difficult time with it. And so we took among the work that we saw, and because of so many great entrants, I've decided that we're going to give out 3 presidential awards from the honorees this year, which is more than we planned. Now, choosing is hard, again, because there's so many great submissions, but among these great ones, these three really stood out to the arts reviewers and to me as well. Each of these honorees have gone deep into the craft in unique ways and provided a compelling body of work for us, and we're real impressed with each of these. Now, each of these honorees will receive $1,000 and the Masterclass, of course, and certificates, etc., as well as their review comments. So we are eager to congratulate the fine young artists we call the Presidential Merit honorees. And here to tell you more and introduce you to our honorees, Laura, from the Bay Area Creative Foundation Artistic Director. Take it away, Laura.
Thank you, Emil. We're excited to introduce the Presidential Merit honorees, but first, I would like to share a glimpse into my own childhood history with our founding president, my cousin. You might not know that Emil was a serious pianist as a child, played French horn in high school, and was a real inspiration to me. Music played a vibrant role in our close-knit Greek family, and the older generation would often sing folk songs and nostalgic favorites late into the night. Emil's playing of Beethoven, Gershwin, and his own compositions stood out amid the enthusiastic, but how shall we say, less refined playing and singing of our aunts and uncles. His love, dedication, and creativity inspired me to deepen my musical knowledge and to pursue my career as a full-time musician. The same passion and vision fueled Emil's groundbreaking work in discovering cures for children with rare diseases and led him to launch the Bay Area Creative Foundation, which will provide promising young artists the means and the opportunity to realize their vision for years to come. One of our presidential honorees spoke for us all when she said,
like a foundation completely devoted to creativity is like the best thing in the entire world.
A foundation dedicated to creativity? What could be better than that? And now presenting the honorees for presidential merit, Kiara and Sophia Bromberg. We honor Kiara and Sophia for their moving performance of Daniel Cesar's song, Best Part, and their own collaborative composition, Sapphire Flavored Rain, including their eldest sister. The girls began their music studies quite young, and their mom included music theory as a part of their training, which they first resisted, but now appreciate.
So nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the time I take from my haters. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are.
This wistful and exquisitely crafted imagination journey sings of sisterly love and childhood innocence. The lyrics, I was born from a flower, you lived on the moon, you chased the stars, we sang out of tune. Blissfully we grew young and the sky was never blue, and we drank sapphire flavored rain.
And we drank sapphire flavor rain, 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 sapphire flavor rain.
Congratulations, Kiara and Sophia. Please tell us about what brought you to the Creative Youth Celebration and what are some of the important things for you in making music?
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and for being able to be a part of this celebration. And I really, music is something that's a big part of Sophia and I's, and Bella, my other sister, and our whole family, and a lot of people in this world's lives. And I'm just happy to share that with a lot of people and hopefully inspire people through this music.
Yeah, like Kiara said, I'm feeling incredibly grateful for this award. I think it's, like you said, it's not a competition. I think this award at most should just be a reflection of the things that you can accomplish when you embrace creativity, whatever that may be, whether it be musical arts or visual arts or filmmaking. It guarantees connection with your community, and it guarantees happiness and joy, and whatever that may be, just I hope to inspire other people to continue to do that, because I've seen and witnessed how much it has brought my family together. So I hope that other people will do the same.
Yeah.
Chris Boyagiev is no stranger to the creative process. Living within an art studio, his father is a glass sculptor. And Chris no doubt learned much about shaping a musical phrase by watching him at work, pouring attention on each new creation. You'll hear the same sense of craftsmanship in the beauty, clarity, and precision of Chris's flute playing in his performance of the Fantaisie by Georges Huy. Congratulations, Chris. Tell us how you shaped this piece.
It is one of my favorite French pieces and one of my favorite pieces from the repertoire of flute because of its very beautiful lyrical melodies and nice contrasting sections that are full of energy. I think this piece shows the mastery of the composer and how well he knows how to write for the flute. When I play, I try to be as expressive as possible by using different colors and emotions and changes of character in the different sections of the piece. First of all, I feel humbled and extremely thankful for this recognition that I received, and very much appreciate the time and effort given by the jury to listen to all the submissions of about 200 people, so I was told. I would once again like to express how grateful I am to the Bay Area Creative Foundation for the incredible opportunity given to me by part of the first Creative Youth Celebration.
Jessica Bukowski is honored for 2 short films, which use her demanding and creative technique I call papermation. Without dialogue, the film Rescuing Our Reefs is a powerful response to the crisis of climate change. The images and evocative soundtrack invite us to consider this urgent environmental issue deeply. In a moment, we'll watch her second film, Hello Kitty Unmasked, a whimsical retelling of a childhood event. Congratulations, Jessica. Tell us about how you came up with this unique and creative form.
I really like making art. I like being creative. So then my mom's a teacher. I just got a bunch of her construction paper and just started cutting and made these cutouts. And I made a 7-minute documentary with stop motion animation using paper. And then after that, I just kept going. I was really grateful to have found my passion in this very specific type of filmmaking. So then through that, I just kept making films. The inspiration behind my film about coral rescuing our reefs is really important to me because I had never known how important coral reefs are, not only to the ocean and the biodiversity there, but also humans. And I think it's really important that we understand how in crisis they are, and you can do really simple things to help out the coral reefs.
And it is now our pleasure to present Presidential Merit honoree Jessica Bukowski's film, Hello Kitty Unmasked.
To a 6-year-old with absolutely no concept of personal space, Times Square was magical. It wasn't the cultureless, money-making operation full of rude tourists that my dad made it out to be. To me, Times Square was a place where dreams came true. I lived for the excitement. There were fascinating people everywhere. And just as soon as it came, it was over. My mom's hand ripped me from the excitement as my claustrophobic dad muttered something about damn tourists under his breath. My little legs could barely keep up with his as we shuffled further from the crowd and further from the magic. Rounding a corner, I nearly ran into none other than Hello Kitty herself. But when I opened my mouth to greet her, the words refused to come out. Hello Kitty, decapitated herself. I'm not sure what I expected to come out of the feline mask, but it definitely wasn't a scowling middle-aged woman. And to add to the shock, she pulled a cigarette out of nowhere, which she promptly lit and placed in her mouth. New York City had lost its magic. How dare Hello Kitty ruin New York for me? But wait, no, how dare I? Years after leaving the city, I couldn't help but subconsciously create these backstories for this woman's life. I even gave her a name, Brenda. Had she arrived in Manhattan, fresh-eyed, with the dream of becoming a Broadway star, did she once see Times Square with the same magic that I had? Something in her life had placed defined wrinkles between her eyebrows. Maybe this was the same event that made her eyes resemble those of Hello Kitty. Black, emotionless dots. I was selfish to view Brenda as nothing more than a photo opportunity, but I couldn't see any aspect that made her human through the expression literally plastered on the animated cat's face. So in a world where smiles can't be seen, I know that behind every mask lies a unique person with a lifetime of stories, dreams, emotions, and values. Or, in other words, if you search hard enough, you just might be able to uncover the smoking woman behind every Hello Kitty costume.
What an amazingly great night. Am I wrong, folks? The young people that you've got to see, you will be hearing from again. And remember, each artist will be receiving your award package in the mail by the end of April. Please join us next year. Come and see us. We'll be probably better off in the COVID situation. But I'm going to toss this to the incredible genius and great medicine for our Bay Area Community Foundation. This creativity is important, not just in medicine, but in everything. Emil, take it away, buddy. I love it. You're the best.
Thanks, Michael. That was great. I really loved having you today, and I would do a voice, but I wouldn't dare mess it up. That's definitely going to mess it up, but I love the voices. I could keep going on forever that. So I want to thank all the artists and everything coming forth. We have a little bit more for you, but I also want to direct to those of you who've been watching and thinking, God, I want to see all of this. On our website at bayareacreativefoundation.org, you can look at the gallery, you can see all the art submitted, and look at all the videos and listen to all the music. And it's an amazing place to see the great work that all these artists are doing. So I want to thank all the artists again. I want to give it back over to Michael to help close us out. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much, Emil. You are medicine, my brother. Let me just say this. We are blowing wind into the sails of some incredible artists, and they will wind up rising hearts all over the world in safe harbors. That's what tonight has been about. Don't doubt for a minute that you will hear from them again. And so right now, I'd like to have our friend Michael Franti, who gives the most uplifting messages to us and all artists. And he will sing and talk to our kids again at the end of what I'm saying. But thank you, each and every one of you. Please get your kids involved, get the community involved for that community unity blessing that we get. Come and take a look at what we're doing at Bay Area Creative Foundation and join us and encourage the kids to get involved in creative arts and loving themselves through art and finding themselves through the same. Thanks very much. And now on to Michael Front.
How you feeling out there? I want to see everybody up out of your chair on this one. Let's get our groove on a little bit. I got a feeling deep within my soul, and right now I really need to let you know that each time I'm falling down inside that hole, you came and shown me there's a way to go. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. Put your hands up high through the highs and lows. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Ooh, baby, baby, let's go on a journey. Sell the house and give away the money. Oh, at first glance, it might sound funny, but give me a chance, cause we could do anything. I wanna take you on a motorcycle ride through the sugar cane in the countryside. We could take a bullet train to the other side, you and me side by side, so we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. Put your hands up high through the highs and lows. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you. We got each other, y'all. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Ha 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 ha. Take me, I'm yours, and swing me all across the floor. Shake me down till the sun comes back around. And even when I'm gone, I'll turn our love into a song, and I will sing it on back to you as I come home. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you. We got each other, y'all. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Put your hands up high, y'all. Ha ha ha. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, we got each other, y'all. I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah.
It's so courageous to just, especially when you're young, to just be who you are with all the other pressures of other kids around you and family members and schools and teachers and you shouldn't wear this and you shouldn't wear that and you shouldn't hang out with those kids. All that stuff is so overwhelming at times. But I'm here to say that that period of time when you're in school is a very fleeting moment. So enjoy it the most you can. And use that time to identify the things that you truly love. Experiment, go for it, find new stuff that you've never tried before. And so I just want to say thanks today for being here. And I just want to close it out with a little bit of a song. It goes like this. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. Creative Youth Celebration, Ultragenics family, I love y'all. And just be yourselves and try to serve the greater good. And remember to rock out wherever you are. Peace. Right on, y'all.
Play catch with the comets, we swam through the night. Cutting candy for glasses, a true erudite. Blissfully, we grew young, and the sky was never blue, and we drank sapphire flavored rain. If we could fly away and live beside the sun, the sculptor